What's up, everyone? Dem Boys back at it. Happy to be bringing y'all a new offense. We're actually going to cover trips, technically in Oakland's playbook, but most playbooks have trips, so this is something that you could sprinkle into your offense, really no matter what you're running. I'm just kind of keeping it uniform. Speaking of uniformity, the abilities that we're going to have on our receivers will have a real intersection of the same abilities that we've had on our spread offense. All right, so let's just hop into the lineup first. All right, so from a lineup standpoint, I will still have Randy Moss out wide, and I'll have Calvin in the slot, just to keep uniformed abilities between this and spread. So we'll start with the outside abilities. I'll give you some you're definitely going to want to have, and then some take it or leave it. Of course, everybody doesn't maybe have the option for 4, so I'll give you the 3 you'll really want. Curl Comeback Elite, that's going to be a must, because we are going to be able to run the same comeback glitch in trips that we ran in spread. That's huge. So then we'll have the Streak Specialist, so we can go ahead and moss them, the GMI Streak. In-out Elite, you could take it or leave it. My thinking is this. People are playing a lot of cover 3s, and I'm in spread especially. I'm going to be running a lot of outs. That could be the case in trips. Also, if I want to run like a levels type concept where I might have the dig coming in, well, there you go. This is also now something that I actually just put on. Haven't even tested yet, but my thinking is if I'm running a dig, I can maybe cut up field and create something of it. But those are the 3 you want. The 4th one, you could really kind of choose and do with what you want. So let's check out Calvin. So for your slot guy, you're definitely going to want to have Post Flag Elite. Joystick. Now, the reason I have joystick on him is not something I touched on yet, but when I'm running the jet sweep, especially, now I have joystick to run that with. Really cranks that up a notch when you're in spread and people want to go ahead and blitz you. Beyond that, of course, slot-o-matic. You got the guy in the slot, you might as well. That's like having slant elite, hitch elite, drag elite, if you will. There's just so many things that slot-o-matic's good for. And then, of course, Streak Specialist, because we still want to be able to go ahead and run goes up the seams. So let's just go ahead and hop right into the setups. Alright, everyone. So we're going to go ahead and hop into trips tight end. By and large, it doesn't matter what play you pick for what I'm going to teach you now. So we'll go double in sail. So first thing we're going to talk about is how to score, right? The fade glitch that I showed y'all in spread works here as well. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, again, trips to the wide side of the field, rule of thumb. We're going to put X on a fade. I like to go ahead and put B on a little hitch. We're going to take Y and just put them on a drag. Now, as far as RB and A go, you really can do whatever you want, right? If you want to go ahead and max protect them to give yourself time, maybe you have QB playmaker, right? So maybe Y ends up getting playmaker back and forth to create some time. Maybe you end up rolling out and playmaker in him up or back away and trying to create a running lane. Anything like that would be fine. The main principles of this concept are going to be the 3 things on the left side. All right. So if it's man, you're going to be looking at low pointing in to B, or you're going to be looking at Y. Hopefully, outrunning his guy across the field. If it's zone, you're going to be looking at X. If for some reason you don't have enough time to get that off, maybe B. But against a zone, the fade glitch, you wait till everyone settles in. As soon as they're settled in, you throw it. All right. So we're going to watch the replay so you can kind of see the timing. If you throw it too early, you're going to get yourself picked. You're going to be pissed off at me, talking about I cost you a game. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Ain't no one ever been rude to me like that. Y'all have been good. Y'all are always good to me. But I answer my questions too. I appreciate that too. If y'all ever have any questions, y'all know you can ask, right? Don't hesitate. Alright. So now my receiver has kind of settled in. The second he takes that last step, you can see the defenders have kind of settled in. As soon as everyone kind of gets flat-footed, that's the rule of thumb. They just flat out will not react to that. All right, man will. All right, but if they're in man, you're gonna have a low point right in here, or you're likely gonna have this drag coming open, eventually over here. So let's talk about how we're gonna go ahead and move the ball between the 20s. Alright folks, so for the things we're going to talk about here, it really doesn't matter again what play you come out in. We'll just come out in double in sail. Now, again, trips to the wide side. That's always going to be the case, just as a good rule of thumb. Few reasons for that. It gives you a lot more room to work with your receivers, but also, say, like table routes, this running back is going to do a better job of getting open on the short side of the field. So, what we can go ahead and do is take X, put him on a comeback, we'll take Y, put him on a hitch, and now it kind of depends if you have Hot Route Master, how you want to work it, but we can really kind of work over with some of the same concepts that we've worked with in spread. So again, if you're going to be running this, helpful to check that out. But one example, we could block our running back, we could take A, put him on an out, we could take B, put him on a slant. Right, so now we're kind of creating a little high-low on either side of the field. If you have HRM, I would probably take B and go ahead and put him on a post, right? Why not? You could max pro and do something like this. Maybe you have a QB playmaker, right? Or you could do something like this and try to create a clear out for B and then playmaker him around. Would be another option here, guys. Lastly, especially if you know someone's in cover 3, you can bring a motion over here and take and put him on out or a drag, right? Something like that. The nice thing about motioning a guy over here is make sure you get your whole play set up, do all your hot routes, then move him over, because a lot of times what you might have somebody do as a reaction on defense to something like this is something along these types of lines, right? So if all of a sudden you've got a concept like this, for example, and they're playing a squat, so that's really just kind of another way where when people start to compress the field, as I've talked to you guys about doing, right, in my defensive videos, that's another way you can kind of make them pay for it. But then again, just to show you the other side. So we're going to focus on the XY piece of this puzzle here. So it's going to work the same. Again, you see how close the contact is. That's why I really like having the ability for that, just to make sure he goes ahead and grabs that. All right. So let's check out some in-game footage. That'll do it for part 1. Y'all told me I was putting a lot of info in these, so hopefully this wasn't too much. Let me know what you guys think about this amount of info into one video. Is it good? Is it a little much yet? Could I do, the Redzone would be one video and then this would be another video and just do them 2 days in a row? Give me feedback. How do y'all want this content to hit? Kind of try to dial it in based on what you guys have already told me. So let's just go ahead and get into that in-game footage. Alright, so some super raw footage here. So obviously you see I'm not lined up to the wide side of the field. I really just wanted to see if it would screw up the spacing or if it would work. Obviously you'll see it does still work. Ignore the route combo. I was still kind of trying to work on that. But I just wanted you to see it. I had the ability to max protect, which is what bought me that time to make that pop. This guy had been blitzing me like crazy and playing a cloud on the backside. I was wrong about the blitz, but I wasn't wrong about the cloud. So this is a great example of what I was telling you guys, where you can hit people with that motion, and you can catch people sleeping more often than you might think. This was just a little seam out concept I gave you. I realized he was in a bad spot, so I went ahead and hurried it up. Conceptually, I'm thinking, okay, he'll jump on A with the user, and I'm going to go ahead and throw it to B. He was panicked about, I guess, Y or X or I don't know what the hell. You know, I don't know, guys. You tell me, what the heck was this guy thinking? I don't know. So, quick recap, guys. Couple of reasons you might use this. If an opponent is getting used to these concepts in spread, you give them a new formation, you might be able to hit them with it again. Also, you can go ahead and max protect. If they're sending 8, you could motion block and have a full-on max protect, right? Some things that just aren't possible in spread, because there are some wider blitzes that may go ahead and stuff up your jet sweep, right? So those would be some big reasons why we'd utilize this formation. Expect a part 2 with just some other kind of basic little setups and things that we can go ahead and complement this within. And then I'm conceptually thinking maybe I'll find another formation that has some plays I really like where all of these same principles work. So now we would have a third formation where we can do that and again mix all this stuff in. So as always, guys, I appreciate the support. Head over to Facebook, Madden Genius. That's the group. I'm excited for Madden 21 there. The Genius is the group of people answering questions and helping each other out. So the more folks we have in there answering and asking questions, the more beneficial it's going to be for everybody, and the quicker we're all going to learn Madden together, right? The new Madden, of course. So, beyond that, like, comment, most importantly, subscribe. Super big shout out to y'all. We hit that 1K mark. We're monetized. Damn boys, thank you so much. Peace.